Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your October 2018 general horoscope reading. So I'm really excited about October. Hope you are too. You know, we got Halloween, all kinds of fun stuff this month. So it's always exciting, and it's really a harvest month. We're taking all the harvests literally, but metaphorically as well. And so it's just a gorgeous time. And we're in Libra season, so Gemini, it's a fellow air sign. It's a good energy for you. So I'm going to shuffle a hair more with your tarot cards here before we get into the intuitive message. And let's discuss the major astrological events here, shall we? All right. So Gemini, October 5th. Oh, by the way, drop me a comment. Just let me know how you're doing, what your plans are for October, how that's shaping up, or just how last month was. Just pop me one down below. All right, so anyways, back to the astrology. October 5th, Venus goes retrograde. Okay, so with Venus retrograde, as always with retrograde planets, it's more internal, it's more reflective of that energy. So relationship matters, money matters are gonna probably feel more delayed. You might see a lot more delays with money matters and relationships. Just kind of expect that. And, if you're waiting on a call from someone or resolvement in a relationship, or waiting for some money issues or answers, to just flip around, just expect that to kind of take a back seat. And it's going to be a time to really reflect more on those kinds of things and, maybe develop some different strategies for them as well, or your different approaches, develop different strategic approaches to those things. So, that kind of stuff can be done with Venus retrograde, but when it goes direct again, you'll probably see more of the answers and finalities of those things, all right? October 8th will be the Libra new moon. And so, collectively, the energy with the Libra new moon I'm getting is just, especially for the whole moon cycle, the whole waxing cycle, you can see a lot more cooperation with others, especially when it comes to other people partnerships, okay? Because Venus, or Libra, is ruled by Venus. So a lot more cooperation, compromise with other people is much easier at this time. Bringing more balance, tipping the scales where you need to tip them, in your life is easier to do at this time. So, just a couple of things to look out for with that. And then October 9th, Mercury moves into the sign of Scorpio. And so, really with this, you're ruled by Mercury, Gemini. And so, you might feel your communication, speaking, writing, all that jazz, is brought more to in-depth matters. Really soulful sort of subjects and discussions. It's going to be a lot less surface and more in-depth this month. Maybe talking about more of the dark and the ugly sides of people, of situations, of things. Oh! You had your first card pop out. Oh! Okay, I have to show you real quick because it's so beautiful. First card is the Sun, Gemini. I'm digging this already. All right. Anyways, I feel like the cards are done. I'm going to go ahead and draw the rest, actually, while we finish up the astrology. So, also, we might see more sexual sort of matters come to light here with Mercury moving in. More discussions around the topic of sex, sexual promiscuity, all that kind of jazz, all right? Those are things that Scorpio rules. So expect some of that. And then the sun will enter Scorpio on the 23rd. So, you know, it's just a bit more about honoring the depth of your soul, the depth of other people, getting to know that a bit more. And also, you might feel more of an urge to complete something, bring an end to something, or a relationship even, to begin anew somewhere in your life. That's the energy of Scorpio. So throughout Scorpio season, you know, that's always a highlight too. And then on the 24th, the next day, we'll have the Taurus full moon. And full moons are always about culmination and reaching a point of completion. And this one's like, I mean, this is like a harvest moon, because I'm intuitively feeling, you know, my moon's in Cancer, so I feel the moon cycles pretty deeply. And this one speaks of the fruits of your labor, wherever you have been putting focus and work into, those payouts are really physically going to manifest, Gemini, this month. I mean, around that Taurus full moon especially. You know, you will see some real results show up there. Taurus is an earth sign, so bam. Also, Venus sextiles Saturn this day. And so there's an element of those in power, or heads of corporations, your boss, those kinds of people are going to be a bit more softened around this time. And so, you know, asking for what you want might be easier, because they're just going to be a lot softer and a bit more compassionate. That's just kind of the overall vibe going on. So we're going to stop there. My many notes here. We'll discuss also more of what's happening on Halloween, October 31st, and a couple other days, a couple other astrological aspects in the extended reading. So, of course, that link will be below in the descriptions box. But let's go ahead and get to your intuitive message, Gemini. Here we go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and draw you your rune stones. Okay, you got 4. Ooh. You got like a pretty even disperse going on here. All right, Gemini. Hold on to my crystal here so I can sharpen my antenna, so to speak. Right off the bat, Gemini, I'm getting this message here of many of you, this is a good time in October to put yourself in a position of standing out. Put yourself in a position of being in the spotlight, being recognized. That is kind of your overall message and encouragement for this month, because you have the sun at the center of your reading, which is all about embracing your light, your self, your gifts, okay, and being completely confident, basking in that, in who you are. Okay, so the attention is there, and at the root of your reading you have the 3 of Pentacles. And so there's a need, you know, you see the man in this image seeking the approval of these people down here for his skill. And so, and it being in this position for you, Gemini, it's about seeking approval. There's a need to really seek approval for your talents, your gifts. this month. And something about really expressing yourself. And there's a very spiritual expression going on here. And it looks like something here, rather someone in the recent past, and we have Othel sitting down here, the rune Othel. And so with Othel and the Six of Cups here, I'm getting the message that there's something that is kind of awakened you through some ancestral sort of knowledge or knowing that you just learned. Something, you know, within your family, down the lineage, your family line, that is helping you actually with fully embracing, moving on to the next level with who you are and your sort of life purpose and your life light. And it's really beautiful. It's really quite spiritual here. And then for some of you with the Six of Cups here, it's a close, intimate relationship here that is come back in recently in your life, and they are inspiring you in some way to really put yourself out there, put your skill out there, and really, you know, really own your shine, really own what it is and who it is that you're wanting to be, that you're wanting, you know, the thing that you're wanting to launch and build. Because so we have the Six of Swords showing up right here, and I'm going to go ahead and take you back up here with me, Gemini. Hi. So Six of Swords right here. There's an element of moving on from a part of yourself, moving on from who you were in some aspect, because you are embracing here in Libra season some new light about yourself, new expression you're sharing with others, with the world. And so this is leaving an old part of you behind, I'm getting. You have Wunjo next to it reversed. Wunjo, to me, is saying something that used to make you happy and excite you, and it could very well have to do with your work, your creativity, you know, something maybe you used to do, you know, you're earning however you earned your dollar, you know, something about that, or some method of your work is changing. Because Wunjo reversed here, it's about kind of discovering what it is that isn't working, that isn't making you happy, that's not creating the success you want. And Six of Swords, you know, moving on from it, rowing away from it, being really led by your higher self, by faith. So you're really being called and led to, you know, the next step, Gemini. And you're getting to the next step quite quickly here, because the top of your reading, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So we go from 6 to 7, you know? And so here we go. And then, you know, this is earth energy. This is really putting it into practice, putting it into your environment, initiating it. Okay? So, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles here, you have Ing, the rune Ing, sitting next to it. And so this is reaching a point of, I'm getting a really I mean, first of all, it's a successful move. It's showing as a successful move for you, Gemini. Ing is a very positive rune and always blesses, you know, the other things that are around it. And I'm getting that, you know, it is a bit of a, with the Seven of Pentacles, it is a little bit more of a slow sort of growing process. You know, there is an element of having to kind of get in the garden, you know, weed a little bit, put some fertilizer down, you know, take the rake, take the hoe, and just kind of shift the soil around, you know, just to make sure that you are getting the most fruitful and ripe sort of results with this thing that you're doing. And it's something, it's not completely new to you. It's like a new sort of method or a new way of work for some of you Geminis, you know, that you've actually been working towards. And some of you, you know, you've already started, I'm getting here with the Three of Pentacles. And it's seeking, you know, you're seeking to win the approval of others and to really sort of, I'm getting the message of really turning people on to your perspective, turning people on to your vision for what it is that you're creating. And you're going to really be able to do that. I mean, it's auspicious to have the sun at the center of your reading whenever you're trying to do that, Gemini. So this is gorgeous. And, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles being up here, it's really happening. You know, but there is, with the Seven of Pentacles, there is a message here of there's still some tending to be done, though. There's still some tending, still some nurturing, still some, you know, things to be built on, or simply giving it a bit more time to catch on, to grow, to catch other people's eye. That's the message I'm getting strongly here. And then we didn't discuss, but you have Tyr down here around the root of your reading as well and close to the sun. I freaking love Tyr. Tyr is the rune of victory and strong, strong motivation. You are going to be feeling so motivated, Gemini, this month. And your motivation is going to be shining through. It's going to, there's no way that people are going to miss you and what it is that you're trying to put out there, that you're trying to shine a light on. You know, that energy, you're going to be able to captivate. Okay? You will be captivating. And, you know, it just might start, I'm also getting, you know, it might start more on a small sort of level. And there might be more, I'm getting more of that approval and more other people recognizing what it is you're trying to create, the skill you're producing. You know, it might just be more behind the scenes too, with the Three of Pentacles being at the root of your reading. So understanding there that some of that is a little bit more behind the scenes for a big majority of October, but it doesn't stay there for that long. You know, not at all. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. You know, so for a lot of you, this is about taking a risk with this energy. Taking a risk, you know, with yourself, with this work that you are nourishing here to life. And there's an element of the Fool I'm getting, there's like an undercurrent of surprise, a surprise sort of element with the Fool here. So that's kind of interesting. You know, you might see some sort of unexpected catch-on or turnaround with this. I'm going to go ahead and pull y'all one more rune here for your top card in this energy. I just feel really... Okay, I'm getting 2. Ooh, okay. Woo, I love this. Ooh, Gifu and Sigil. Wow, okay. Whatever it is that you're putting so much focus and work into, man, it's going to pay off, and it's going to be it's going to be accessible and launchable soon, if not in October. Big time. And the surprise that I talked about, you know, Gifu also means gift. So expect some sort of gift from spirit, from the universe, from someone who's coming in to help you. I'm getting once again, we're going back to the spiritual thing, especially with the 6 of Swords here. There's an element of some sort of unknown entity or unknown person. Some vibe I'm getting here around that where it's kind of unknown, but someone's helping you. And, you know, like we discussed, a lot of it is behind the scenes, so you just may not know exactly who it is, but someone's helping you. So that's beautiful. And it really, you know, I'm getting to intuitively for some of you, this past relationship has something to do with it, or for the rest of you, like we discussed, also that past knowledge, that knowledge of inspiring and jolting sort of knowledge that came from your lineage, from your family line, you know, whether it's that or someone, that has something to do with this. It's very connected. Ooh, interesting. I'm really excited for you, Geminis. Let me know what happens in the comments below, okay, please. So in the extended video reading, which that link will be below, you get to pick, you know, following your own intuition between 3 cards. I'm going to get you your oracle message and your spirit animal guide for the month. So we'll get a bit more information. I'm going to be using the Sacred Traveler. These cards are so beautiful. I mean, look at some of these. Like, these are they're just so gorgeous. Have such beautiful messages. So I'll get you your oracle message as well as your animal spirit in the extended reading, and we'll get a bit more details. And feel free in the extended, you are welcome before, you know, you start watching, before you pick your set, to ask a specific question and see what your guides have to say to you with that message. So you can always do that as well. And Gemini, I have to say thank you so much too for all your support and subscribing to my channel. It really does help me and producing these messages here. And I love doing it. You know, I love getting to discuss here with you guys the energies that are showing up. But anyways, so there you have it. And if you do want to get in contact with me, you know, Instagram, email, personal reading, all that information is down below in the descriptions box. So have a fantastic month, Gemini. It looks like you're going to. So take care. See you in the next video.